Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. My name is Matt, also known as the ammo nerd and the king of 57x28mm, and we have a brand new 57x28mm offering today. This is FN branded. This is the FN GUNR line, a 40 grain full metal jacket, target, and plinking load. Let's throw this guy on the table and talk about what we're going to do today. In full transparency, I myself purchased 150 rounds of this from Gun Zone Deals. They had the best pricing at the time, sub $25 a box for 50 rounds. We have a wide variety of barrel lengths from 4.7 all the way up to and including 16. Again, I only have 150 rounds, so a general reliability test is going to be hard to do with such a small lot. But if you know if I'm having issues, you can extrapolate that out to know you might want to stay away. Now, everything I can tell about this ammunition would appear that it is loaded by Fiocchi USA. They hold the U.S. contract for all 5.7 ammunition, excluding AAC, of course. So our Spear Gold Dot, SS201, American Eagle TMJ, of course the Fiocchi high performance lines, and possibly the Hornady is all loaded by Fiocchi USA in FN brass with our standard coating. These don't have a crimped primer, nor do they have a collet crimp on our neck. Typically in the past with a 40 grain full metal jacket, that bullet is very short, so there's not a lot of the bullet inside of the case neck. So in some of our platforms that don't have a traditional feed ramp, we can get extra pressure put on the nose of that bullet, and that usually is what causes the bullet to get bent sideways or pushed in the case or completely fall out. And in my past testing, if we go through and use a collet crimp and we crimp the case neck, that greatly increases the reliability of the round. And it's been known with this type of bullet for 10 plus years. We're not sure why FN doesn't like to do that to this particular loader, doesn't ask Fiocchi to do so. After we've collected those velocity figures, we're going to do a practical accuracy test at about 25 yards with a couple of guns, and then we'll send you on your merry way. We'll start with our shortest barrel length. This is our PSA Rock. This has a 4.7 inch barrel. Nice, got lock back. We do run a control of our American Eagle TMJ on the same day, so we'll have that in the closing summary spreadsheet to compare our velocity figures. We're gonna go up just a tad in our barrel length. This is our 5.7 Mark II USG, has a 4.75 inch barrel. Now onto our 5 inch barrel. This is our Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7. Velocity so far not looking too good, guys. This looks like another American Eagle TMJ clone. Onto our 5.2 inch barrel. This is our PSA Rock with the RK1 slide. Got a Burris Fastfire 3 up top. Didn't like that guy. Had that one hiccup there. Bullet is pushed a little bit out of the way there. This is one of my newer rocks. Just could need a little bit of breaking in. On to our Ruger 5.7. This has our 5.5 inch barrel until the Mark III MRD EFK barrel was released. This was the longest pistol barrel available. On to Mr. Newbie. This is our FN57 MRD or Mark III. This is factory cut for an optic, has a different slide cover and various minor cosmetic changes. This has our 5.5-inch EFK barrel, specifically designed for the MRD. This is from FN Specialties. It's on loan. Thank you to Doran. Now we step into our PDW barrel lengths. This is our 8-inch CMMG MK57, has the radial delay blowback. Well, got a failure to cycle there. Didn't reset the hammer very well. Sorry about the intermission. The little cartridge trigger set screws came loose, so it was dropping the hammer. Now for our slightly longer 9-point, I think either 4 or 6-inch barrel. This is our Keltech P50. This uses our FNP90 magazines. Breaks apart in the top like this. Pretty interesting design. Now for the OG, this is our FN P90 SBR 10.4-inch barrel. Got a Holosun AEMS up top from HBI. Very nice little mount. Nice. Now, I don't have a large enough sample size to know true reliability for this round, but everything so far seems to point to that this is just another load that's private labeled by Fiocchi because they own the US contract for this, and I don't see any type of collet crimp on our case neck, which in my testing has greatly improved the reliability of this shorter 40 grain full metal jacket round. So if you're going to have any issues, it's going to present itself usually in our P90 magazine fed guns. Now on to our 12-inch. This is a personal favorite of mine, the AR57. I like that it feeds from our P90 magazine. You do lose out on rail space for any accessories. It goes on any standard AR lower. What I like about it is when I'm shooting suppressed is a lot of the blowback gases actually come out of the bottom because that's where the shells eject. And finally, our longest barrel length in 5.7, this is our Ruger LC carbine, 16-inch barrel. Very nice little carbine. Trigger is pretty much the same as the pistol. Don't care for it very much. Ooh. Got one little hang up there. That tends to happen in most of our 5.7 guns when it's cold and we're running like a 40 grain. That's a little on the lighter side power-wise. And then once the gun gets warm, it tends to run. Not very ideal in a stressful situation. Given that that bullet design is not much different than our American Eagle TMJ and the other 40 grain full metal jacket offerings, our accuracy at 25 yards is pretty decent, I would say. I did shoot this from my bench with a bag. I didn't put any of these guns in a lead sled today. We shot our Ruger LC at 1.172 inches with just a standard red dot. Didn't even throw a scope or the suppressor on there. What's impressive is our Rock at 1.162 inches. Our 8-inch MK57 0.849 was the first group. 1.125 inches was the second group, and then we threw the YHM Turbo T3 on there, 0.867. Not too shabby. What's poor though, you see this guy here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That was the EFK barrel in our Mark III MRD. Not sure if something's wrong with the rifling on that barrel, or maybe it's too slow. But I've not had good accuracy out of that barrel. Your mileage may vary, of course. I shot from the same bag that I did with the Rock. Let me see if I can get this saying right. This is pretty much a sheep in wolf's clothing. This SS201 40 grain full metal jacket loading runs right in line with everything else that we've tested prior in our 40 grain full metal jacket target plinking load. Pretty much this is an identical loading to our American Eagle TMJ or our Fiocchi Range Dynamics full metal jacket load. Our AAC loads tend to produce better velocity than these loads. We had pretty good reliability in our small sample size. We did have a couple jams there that bent the bullet a little bit in the case, but we were able to fire those after putting them back in the magazine. As far as our accuracy goes, pretty much right in line with what we've seen in the past with other loads. I'm not sure what's up with that Mark III EFK barrel, but that was producing some very poor accuracy results. So I don't know if there's something wrong with the rifling or the twist rate is off in that, but the Rock was the winner there at producing a very good group size. With all that being said, it's time for me to get the heck out of here. But at the end of all my videos, I take a moment to thank all those who help make these possible, because there's a lot that goes into them. Number one is my Patreon subscribe star, and YouTube channel members. I have a link tree in the description below. Various different ways to contact me or support me through affiliate links. I have a lot of those for armor companies, because that's what I tend to do a lot for video wise, and essentially those affiliate links cost you nothing and they earn me a sales commission, and what I do with that is I put it right back in the channel. As I mentioned, I purchased that ammunition myself, so those funds have to come from somewhere, but I like to give you guys data, so if you're looking to make a purchase decision and you saw this, you know, blasted across social media and you're wondering what kind of performance it has, that's why I'm here. Number two is Gun Zone deals. Like I said, they were the first to have it offered for sale that I could find, and it is sub $25 a box. I would like to see that continue to trend downwards, but it's good to have an economical plinking option in our 5.7. And of course, number three is you all for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you at the range.